Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. So I'm Jean and I hope you're having a great day today. Or if your day hasn't started yet, I hope that you will have a great day for today. Now, for today's video, we're going to do a pick a card reading about your future spouse. Specifically, the very first day that you guys meet each other. Very first, not the day not the first date, not the day follow, but literally that day that you guys met. Now it could be different for each and any one of you, and for that I've prepared three piles for you guys to choose from. Okay, so we're going to discuss you and your future spouse energy during the day that you meet, and then we're also going to discuss the situation at hand. What were the circumstances, what was going on that day, that kind of stuff. And then I've prepared three piles for you guys to choose from. So we have pile number 1 with the Dali Jasper mini tower, mini point. And then the word for pile number 1 is celebration. Okay, you can also pick based on the crystal, based on the word, or based on the card. And then we have pile number 2 with understanding. And then we also have the ocean jasper mini palm stone. Okay, you can also choose based on the energy of the card. And then we have here pile number 3 with this cute sunstone tumble. Okay, and then the word for pile number 3 is hope. So again, pick based on the crystal, based on the word, or based on the card. Or if for some of you it might resonate all three: card, word, and crystal. Okay, and then if you guys are ready, let's get started with pile number 1. Hi, pile number 1. If you chosen this red Dali Jasper Tower, this reading is for you. So we're going to have kind of like two parts for the reading. First, we're going to discuss again you and your partner's energy, and then later on we'll move with the situation, the surrounding factors on the very first day that you guys meet. Okay, so this is specific to no one. Okay, so this person, or one energy could be you, or one energy could be the other person, or your future spouse rather. Just gonna move her a little here. Okay, so whoops. Okay, so we have here love yourself first as the energy of one person, one of you. And then we have justice, and then we have the tower. Okay, sorry about the pause. Okay, now I'm gonna move the cards a little bit closer. Okay, love yourself first. This is person A, and then person B has the deception energy. And then for their tarot, they have the Queen of Wands, and then the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, so let's talk about person A first. Okay, so this is person A, love yourself first. We have here love yourself, tower, justice. Okay, so what I'm seeing for the energy of this person is that on the day that they will meet their future spouse, there is a celebration at hand. Possibly why there was also an attraction on the word celebration. This could be a sudden win, okay, or possibly a momentary win that is very, very significant to this person's life. Now, it could be a lot of things. It could be a promotion at work. It could be, winning or suddenly acquiring a large sum of money. For some of you, it could be buying a home, achieving a long-term goal. For some of you, if your job requires a license, let's say passing the board exam for doctors, nurses, nurses, lawyers, it could be getting the license. So there is a significant event in this person's life that isn't really romantic. Okay, it's more on finances, it's more on career, it's more on the practical side. Okay, so it could be it could even be business, suddenly opening a business. Now, okay, sorry, one last thing. It could even be some of you graduating. If you're still students, or if you're still studying, could even be that. So this is person A, could possibly be you or your future spouse. And then person B has the deception energy. Okay. Now, we have here also the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess. Now, again, even if the Queen is basically a feminine energy, this doesn't particularly mean that this is the female in the relationship, although it could be, possibly. But basically, what it's saying is that, this person is currently at the stage in their life wherein they're not ready for a commitment. It could be that they're dating around, they're flirting around, they're open to meet other people, befriend other people, but currently they are not in a serious relationship or in the lookout of a serious relationship. Now, this person, especially being represented by the Queen of Wands, regardless of gender, is actually very attractive. Okay, it could be they could be physically attractive, they could be charming, okay, they could be very persuasive, good with words. So this person is someone who, is kind of like an eye turner. Okay, and it could be also, I'm seeing that this is like a popular opinion. In fact, this person could also be, the popular type. And now, but okay, in spite of how well they take care of themselves, how well they present themselves, okay, there is a strong, okay, sorry, let me just pause real quick. Okay, sorry about that. I live in a place where the airplanes are always passing by. Anyway, now, romantically speaking, even if this person has the potential to attract a lot of people, they do not have a hard time making people like them. This person has deep trust issues. Okay, aside from having commitment issues, I'm also seeing that for some of them, they could have experienced a very bad breakup from the past, or for a but a few of them rather. Sorry, why am I laughing? Not supposed to laugh. Anyway, for a couple of them, or a few of these group, it could be that they've experienced, unpleasant work environment or childhood memories that could have affected their dating life. So, yes, basically the profile of this person is attractive, but with commitment issues. So deception, yeah, they think that everyone will hurt them. So what they do as a defense mechanism is that they leave first. It's either they usually ghost people, or they date around, and then when they're starting to feel some sort of romance, that's when they leave before it gets serious. Now, this person, going back to person A, this person is someone who is also not looking for a relationship, but this is primarily because they are a lot more focused with this goal that all of a sudden, came into fruition. They are a lot more focused either with this, studies, work, or business, and then they're starting to reap the rewards of it. That's why we have the love yourself first for the romance energy. They're putting your goals first, whereas this person is usually deceitful. Now, I am also getting from this energy alone, there's a strong immediate physical attraction going on between you and your future spouse. Okay, so that's it for the person. Now, let's go to the situational part of your reading. What will be that exactly? How to describe that day? Okay, so I've got to pause again. Anyway, again, so this time we're moving on to the situation. What were the things or the possible venue, specifically where what was happening on that day? So we have here 8 of Swords. We have here the Fool card. Okay, we have Blessings of Abundance. And then we have Fun, Romance Celebration. Okay, Party. So, when I was preparing your reading, pile number 1, there was really a strong spirit whisper of the word celebration. We also have Hills, obstacles to overcome. Okay, we have scales. Okay, keep your life in balance. And then we have sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. And then a significant month regarding your relationship is February. So for some of you, I'm seeing that could possibly have met or will meet your future spouse around this time. Or it could be that, this is a significant month in terms of the milestones in your relationship. Or it could be a birth date for you or your future spouse. Okay, so I'm gonna read these as a whole. So in terms of the venue, pile number 1, what I'm seeing is that when you guys meet, it's possible that for most of you, it's going to be in a nature setting. Okay, so it could be in a beach, it could be on a mountain, in a hill, when you're going on a trip. There is travel involved, but for some of you, if it's not in the nature, it's also possible that it has that nature theme. So what do I mean by that? So it may not be out, like literally out in the nature, but the place that you're going, so whether it's a party or a building, it still has a lot of greens and water. Greens meaning plants. It could be, plants. I'm seeing the high possibility of plants, or something green theme, something that would strongly remind you of nature. And then there's water. So water in a non-nature setup could be, let's say, a fountain, a mini fountain, or it could be that there's quite a lot of drinks. In fact, I'm saying that, for most of you here, you might be meeting this person in a party, or if you don't really like going on parties, it could be in a recreational program that you really, really enjoy doing, you really, really enjoy going, or you and your future spouse loves to go to, like your hobby. It could be a convention, something similar to that. Now, the story here is that, out of stress with the Eight of Swords, so both of you have decided to, go to this party, or, decided to unwind. Of course, at this point, it's separately, okay? So it's actually kind of sweet, like by some random whisper of fate, like all of a sudden, you have this strong feeling that you need to go out, okay? Like there's really something out there waiting for you. And similarly, okay, your future spouse is also channeling or getting that same vibe, that same energy. And then the Fool here, okay. So with the Fool, this is pretty much resonating to person A, okay? And it could also be that for person B, for person, of course, they were stressed, they want to celebrate. But for person B, this is something that, when all of a sudden they start to realize, okay, this may be the last, for some of you, party, or, I would like to end my days wherein I'm in a series or string of flings, and I would actually like to consider being in an actual real relationship this time. Okay, so there's a strong thought of beginning something, okay, for both of you. Okay, for one or for both of you, there are new beginnings that are being, considered here, or are going to partake in. But before that, before anything else, there's a need to, unwind for a little bit. And then with the blessings of abundance, I'm seeing that wherever this may be, pile number 1, there's actually going to be a lot of food. Okay, so another clue, another sign is that there's just lots of food, regardless of how many people are there in the party, in the convention, or in the gathering. There's going to be lots of delicious food. Like it's not just food, it's like good, real food, Instagrammable food. Drinks as well, so abundance, foods, drink, it's really festive. Basically, the energy is that it's just really happy, really, unwinding, de-stressing, detoxing. It's just really fun, is what I'm saying. Fun. Sorry. Less. Anyway, yeah, fan. Fan is a symbol, of chilling out. Remember when there's a fan, when you're so you're feeling hot, you're so hot, and then you just fan yourself, and then it becomes cooler. So yeah, it's I'm also seeing that it could really be for some you in a beach, or if it's not in a beach, it could be that for the first part of that day there was heat. Okay, it could have been a hot day, or it could have been in some place or a room where it was hot for some moment, and it kind of gave you a little bit of inconvenience. But eventually, there was a small part of the day, but then all of a sudden, the climate, the weather, physical weather and emotional weather became fun and light and cool again. Okay. And then I'm also seeing that again there's instant chemistry between the two of you. Earlier on, we've talked about the physical attraction, so there's one that's going to happen. But aside from that, you're also going to have this instant attraction, intellectually and spiritually. So it's not just the thing where you both find each other cute or pretty or hot. It's also on a deeper emotional level. Okay, so in a way, it's a very happy day for you, both of you. Okay, probably why we're getting the full card here. You both discover each other, and remember, for those of you who are around the same age as me, in your 20s, 30s, remember how we kind of forgot the feeling of being so giddy. In Filipino we call it kilig. That so happy, so excited to be there you go, even forgot the word. You're so infatuated with the crush, when you start to like someone for the first time. You're going to start feeling that way with this person, like everything's just so perfect about them. You see them as the complete package. And then so that happens. You find each other attractive, you talk all night, and then within that conversation you find that you actually got along really well instantly. Okay, everything's so instant in regards to your connection. And then with the sunrise here. Okay, so okay, sorry, forgot to discuss the cards. Heels is, yeah, is the instant thing. Remember when we compare hills with mountains, hills is usually shorter as compared to mountains. Not that I'm not saying that this is one person being easy. No, it's about communicating with each other in a light and easy way. Okay, like there's not much difficulty in communicating. It's like you read each other's mind. You like are the same wavelength. Scales is pretty much like the balance. You find each other attractive, physically and emotionally. And then sunrise, lastly, so it's really a good day. And then another sign, okay, that this is the day of, or that this is your future spouse, is that you're going to, since you get along well so much, you're going to talk to each other almost up until the sun comes out. It could also be that you guys enjoy talking to each other so much that you didn't notice that you guys were the only ones left in the room. So it's just that great. Like it's just that easy and light for both of you. Okay, so yes, there you go. Alright, there you have it, pile number 1. I hope you like this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. And thank you so much if you were able to stick with me up until the end. So hopefully I get to see you guys on the next video. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. If you've chosen the word understanding and the crystal of ocean jasper mini palm, this reading is for you. So let's look at the energy of you and your future spouse on that day that you're meeting, and then later on let's move to the actual day, what will be happening on that day. What is the situation and what are the surrounding factors? Okay, so for person A, so this could be you or your future spouse, we have honeymoon. And then for the tarot, we have the death card in reverse. And then we also have the Empress. And then for person B, again, this could be you or future spouse, we have engagement. Okay, and then we have the Three of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Four of Wands. Okay. So, pile number 2, let's talk about person A's energy. Person A's energy first. Okay, so from what I'm seeing here is person A is actually very happy. Happy and renewed. You know, the happy kind wherein he or she has just let go of a toxic, a bad situation in their life, you know, a disappointing situation. They were able to let go of the feelings, the emotions that was holding them back, that was not serving them, you know, a greater or, you know, a good, peaceful purpose. And then I'm also seeing that, you know, even though they are in a continuous healing, so, you know, they're okay to move on, but of course, you know, with the things that have hurt us, okay, of course it still stays, but unlike before, you know, it's not something that they think about every minute of every day. It's not something that holds them back from doing anything in their life, or, you know, it's not something that drags them down. Rather, this is like, instead of the situation controlling person A or this person, they are now the ones controlling the situation, these emotions. Okay. So there is, well, the situation differs per person, but generally the situation of person A is that, you know, they have a new found happiness. And then I'm also seeing that, you know, these ending, or, you know, this next phase in their life has brought them so much peace, and then there's a lot of abundance happening. Okay, it could be also be an abundance of opportunities, abundance of time, of joy. Okay, and I'm also seeing that for some of you know, for some people under person A, or classified as person A, it could also be that they are progressing with their work, or that, you know, they are suddenly receiving a large sum of money, or, you know, they're just doing well financially and career or business wise. But it's on the inception page, like they're doing well, they have this new opportunity to start over again. Okay, so abundance in that sense. And then let's talk about person B this time. So their main energy is engagement. Now for person B, for probably most of them, I'm seeing the possibility that they are in a relationship with someone else. Okay, so we'll talk about that later, if it's a third party situation or not. But what I'm seeing is that this person is in a commitment, okay, with someone. But what is happening is that, you know, there's so much stability. Okay, this the person is also established, you know, but then again, I'm also seeing with the Three of Wands that, you know, things have become so comfortable, in the sense that, you know, it has become their comfort zone, that they're just scared because of leaving what's familiar, what's already, you know, a routine, something that they already know. But, you know, they're looking for something else. Okay, so there's that. Now for some of you, okay, for pile number 2, person B, it's also possible that, you know, they are established or committed in another thing. So let's say they're already very committed in their job, and they're very successful at it, you know, they're earning really well. They are in a position of authority or in management in their role in their career. But it's like they want to do something else. I'm also feeling or getting the sense that in a way, along the way of establishing security and stability, it's like they lost themselves and now they're looking for an adventure. Okay, they're looking for something else. It's like they're looking for that part of themselves that they've lost along their journey or within their journey. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm seeing that person A will be attracted to person B because this person, okay, they actually understand this part of person A. Like, there will come a time, over time, not on the first date that, you and your future spouse meet, but, there will come a point in your relationship that these feelings will be opening up. Okay, so this negative feelings, they will be addressed. You will eventually talk about them, and then um you're going to somehow understand that this person understands this person's pain. So why is this appearing in the first date you met? So again, later on, this will be one of the clues. So this may not happen the first day, but on the succeeding days. Okay, not necessarily that you're in a relationship and then all of these comes out, but from that day, from day one, you at least you will get that clue. Okay, you will get that vibe. Okay, so there's some attraction with that person, and it's not the kind of physical attraction that you find okay, but there's going to be something about that person. It may be that they say something or they did something that for some reason this person kind of gives them some flashbacks, or they kind of relate to this person because of those hints, those those little behaviors that this person may not be aware of. Now, this person will be attracted to this person. Person B will be attracted to person A because of their free spiritedness. Okay, their they're happy, happy go lucky, or their happy nature in general. And one of the things that also attracts this person to this person is that remember, they're looking for adventure, and then they see this person being so happy, being so free. It's like all of a sudden, in the way, they kind of, without them knowing, okay, that's like on an unconscious level, it's like they suddenly saw or found that part of themselves that was missing through this person. Okay, it's like some songs would describe it as the missing piece in their puzzle. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Sorry, I don't know, I suddenly got giddy while saying that. Okay, so that's the energy for person A and for person B. Now, we are going to go to the situation. So I'm going to pause the video to lay out the cards. Okay, hi pal 2. So let's go to the situation. What was the day like on the very first day that you're going to meet your future spouse? So for the tarot, we have 5 of Pentacles. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Next, we have Fate. Okay, and then for your next card, we have Higher Education. And then for the tea leaf cards, you have Sun. You have Wedge. And then you have Lightning. And you have Unicorn. Okay. Okay. And then an important month in your connection is May. So this could be the day that you guys will meet. This could be a milestone, a significant milestone in you and your future spouse relationship. Or this could be, a birthday, one of your birthdays or both of your birthdays. But either way, May is a significant month for this connection. So let's put the month over here. For some, I'm seeing that this could be a name of a person. your name could be May, or you know there may be a person named May who is significant in this connection. Okay, now let's describe the day that you and your future spouse meet. So, Five of Pentacles here is showing that this is right a few days, or yeah, some days after you one person has moved on from something, and then they're willing to start over again. And there's also another energy wherein someone has just gone through a breakup, a divorce for some of you, or a huge fight. And then there's an element or an important factor in this day is that this is part or one of the days covered by this quote unquote new chapter in in both of your lives or in one of your lives. Okay, so meaning for some of you, this could be right after you move to a new job or to a new home. So there's a new environment, okay, surrounding this, okay, this connection. So there's something new about it in terms of, again, home or work. It's right after there's something bad that happened, and then something new comes along, an opportunity comes along. Okay, now what happens in that day is that it's actually, well, one sunny, it's actually sunny, like literally sunny, or that it's a great day. Okay, like everything's just going great. And then all of a sudden, the way that you and your future spouse will meet, I'm seeing that, it starts with a conflict. Okay. Not a serious kind of conflict. Again, it differs per situation. But strangely, I am, getting the word or feeling the word car. It's not a car accident kind of thing. Be a slight inconvenience, while driving. It could be that, or it could be for some of you, since this is a new home, it could be a little bit of conflict with the noise, or some small problems related to home. And then it could also be, it could also be, okay. And then it's a great day, and then you got into a conflict. For some of you, hearing again car, convenience with the car, it could be problems with the home, or since some of you guys are in a new job, it could be that there are some disagreements. Okay, so it could be conflict or disagreements with someone, with this person at work. Okay, hence represented by the wedge. And then the day, okay, strangely ends with you guys in a conflict. So one of you, represented by the lightning, is angry or displeased, and then the other one has this reaction unicorn, like they don't care, like they feel indifferent. But what I'm seeing is that the day would end wherein one or both of you are trying to find a solution to fix this conflict. Yes, so that's how the day ends. Okay, it's very open ended. Okay, but yeah, that's what I have for you, pile number 2. So yeah, this is the end of the reading. Hopefully you enjoy this, and hopefully I get to see you guys on the next video. So bye for now. Hi, pile number 3. If you've chosen this beautiful sunstone, this reading is for you. So we're going to do 2 parts for the reading. First is your energy, as well as your future spouse energy on the day that you meet. And then next, we're going to go into the situation, or rather the story, what was happening on the day that you first met your future spouse. Okay, so that's a sign, or let's talk about the both of your energies. So this is person A with the very soon energy, and this is person B with passion. Okay, and now for the tarot, we have the star card in reverse for person A, and then the devil. And then for person B, we have 7 of Pentacles, and then we have the 6 of Cups. Okay, so from what I'm getting here, you and your future spouse, maybe in a like an opposites attract kind of thing. But the thing is, your kind of opposites personalities is actually complementing each other. Okay, so let's talk about person A. Now, person A, from what I'm seeing, is someone who is, very creative, someone who is also very optimistic. Okay, this person is dreaming of being in a loving relationship. So that's one of his or her dreams. But also, in general, this person is a dreamer. Okay, they're very optimistic. They look forward to great things. They're more on the creative, artistic side. Okay, but for some reason, I'm also seeing that this person is the type who may be one, in a way, always down to their luck. Okay, they tend to be unlucky in some things, and I'm also feeling another message that, in a way, if this person is pursuing a creative career, okay, or a job or a career wherein there is really really high competition, but few opportunities, okay, or rather, the supply for the talent is a lot greater than the actual opportunities available. This person may be struggling. There you go. This person may be a struggling artist is what I'm seeing. And also, I'm seeing another energy that this person may be, very careful in terms of making mistakes. So, in spite of the, things not going in their way for the meantime, like they're really, really pushing for, things to actually work out in their favor. So this person is also optimistic and at the same time, very determined and still positive. Now it's not that this person is, actually not gonna have or experience her own luck, his or her own luck. It's just that it will take time and there are currently some challenges, some roadblocks to be overcome. So that's person A. And then we have person B. We have passion, we have Seven of Pentacles, and then we have Six of Cups. Person B, from what I'm seeing, is someone who is really focused with one goal ever since he was a child. Okay, so this person, whoever it may be, they already know what they're going to do for the rest of their life. So this one is very focused, very hardworking, and for some reason I'm seeing that this motivation is also stemming from something that happened in their whole home or something that happened in their childhood. Okay, so I'm also seeing the possibility that, or the energy rather, that this person, even though a lot of people, or or in actual real life, their achievements or their accomplishments are really great, it's really impressive, there still seems to be some dissatisfaction. Like, even though they've done a lot of great things, this person still feels like they haven't done enough. Okay, it's like they're never, it's like almost always they're never satisfied with their own outcome and with their own work. And I'm seeing that one of the reasons why they're also attracted to each other is because this person, their person A rather, they are their own cheerleader. Even if things aren't really going well, again, they're optimistic, they're positive. So, they know how to pick themselves up. And then, with this person, again, it's a polar opposite. This person will be able to, uplift the spirit of this person. Now, this person is a perfectionist. Okay, again, they're almost always never satisfied with the outcome. So this person is someone who, person B will be someone that person A will actually listen to. It's kind of like not that they're negative, but in a way, person B will be able to, bring person A on a bit of a realistic ground. Because remember, person A is a dreamer. So it's like person B will, make sure that they don't fall far from, being stuck to their own world. Like they're putting a practical approach to person A, whatever person A is planning to do or is planning to achieve. And you know what, guys? I'm actually also feeling a, if you're familiar with Wattpad, okay, like a teen, pretty much like a teen romance story. It's actually giving me that kind of vibe, like polar opposites. For some of you, I'm getting the vibe that person B is someone who is wealthy, or someone again who is popular, or again well accomplished, very attractive. And person A is someone who is very fun. Okay, so that's for the person. Now this time, let's go to the situation, or what was happening during the first day that you meet, or you will meet your future spouse. So give me a few minutes, I'll just be pausing this. Hi, Pal 3. Okay, so let's go and see what was the situation on the day that you guys meet. So for the tarot, we have the Two of Wands in reverse. And then for the next card, we have the Page of Swords. Next is the Ten of Pentacles. And then for the Oracle cards, we have Confidence. We have Steady Progress. And then we have You're a Leader. Okay, and then an important month for you guys will be April. So this could be the day that you guys meet, or this could be a significant milestone in your relationship, or it could be a birth month for both of you or for one of you, or possible that it could be, there is someone in this reading involving or has the word, or the name rather, April. Okay. So that's for the month. Sorry. Sorry. And then for the rest of the tea leaf cards, we have Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. We have Grasshopper. Okay, situations in the balance that require careful handling. We have Dogs, getting together with friends. And then we have Mountain Road. You are on the road to success. Okay. So here's what I see is happening on the first day that you meet future spouse. So it starts out in a day wherein, you guys, both of you, one of you or both of you, were feeling very down, very disappointed, very frustrated. So again, it could be one of you or both of you, and it just feels like, you are about to give up, like you're ready to give up. Okay, so this could mean a lot of things to different people, but it's just a bad day. It could be because of work, or it could be because of work, but mainly because the frustration or the cause of this bad day is because you feel like whatever it is that you are working on, you are waiting for, may not happen, or you may not be able to achieve it. So there's actually some anxiety and frustration happening. And then all of a sudden, there was an intervention. Okay, there was an intervention that happened, and then all of a sudden things were lightened up. By intervention, I'm seeing that there is a middleman between you and your future spouse. There is a strong possibility that you will be introduced by a common friend, or if not by a common friend, there is a friend, either your friend or your future spouse friend. You will be introduced to each other. So basically what's happening is that it started out bad. You talk to your friend, or for some of you it could be a therapist. Now I'm also seeing that dogs could be involved. It would be that you were feeling bad, and then you've decided to take your dog for a walk, and then that could have led to you actually meeting the person, or it could be that you and your friend and your dog, you all went out, and then there's a situation or an event that happened that actually brought you and your future spouse to have the opportunity to meet. But either way, again, the common thing for all of you is that it was a bad day, and then you decided to call up a friend. The intervention, again, a friend or a therapist, someone you trust, someone who you could talk your ideas with, and then you started to feel better. Okay, so confidence and steady progress is pretty much like a confirmation for the reverse two of wands and page of swords. And then with the you're a leader and then 10 of pentacles, this is a sign that you've gained your confidence that day. And then I'm also seeing that on that day there are actually a lot of bright lights involved. Now, this could mean a lot of things. It could be that you guys went to a party, and how in a rave, the lights are flickering or have that different thing. Or it could be that you went to a building or a job interview, and then the place was like really so bright, like so bright. But either way, or for some of you, studio, or it could be that you were on a beach or in a place where there's just really bright lights. It doesn't matter whether it's from nature or if it's artificial, electrical. The main idea here is that there are bright lights surrounding, or there were bright lights that's significant on or during the first date that you guys meet or will meet your future spouse. And then there are also dogs, bright lights, and then dogs. Okay. So still a confirmation. Okay, feeling tired and frustrated. Okay. And then something in the balance that requires careful handling. This is you reacting to the situation and that bad day. And then dogs. So again, it could be dogs. And then also, your friends were involved. So what happened was that, you had a bad day. There was intervention. And then you felt better. And then all of a sudden, you were introduced by a friend. Or, a friend brought you together. And then, you started to feel better, much better. You felt better because of the intervention of the friend, and then you met your future spouse, unknowingly was your future spouse, and then things started to look bright. Now for some of you, I'm also getting or hearing the possibility that for some of you, okay, for a small group of you, this could be the day that you realize that this could be your future spouse. Okay, for some of you might have known each other for quite a long time now, but you really didn't think of this person much as a future spouse. Okay, but for most of you, I'm seeing a higher possibility that you will be introduced by a friend. And again, for some, okay, there may be dogs involved in the day or in the situation. Alright, okay, so yeah, that's it for us, pile number 3. I hope you liked this video. I hope this was able to help. And thank you so much for sticking around up until the end if it did. And hopefully I get to see you guys on the next video. Bye!